Blueprints is a game with a lot to discover. It's very prone to spoilers, and the experience of playing it won't be nearly as satisfying if you've already seen certain elements of the game revealed. I think it's a game worth experiencing firsthand, so I highly recommend that if you have not played Blueprints yet, you hold off on watching my videos on it until you have. Hello, this is Serpent Stare, playing Blueprints for the first time completely blind with some company in stream and in person.
Greetings.
Hi.
Hello.
And if somebody can test the functionality of sending a message in the open chat approximately now, so we can see if it shows up. Hi, Ari. Boop.
Wow, hi, sir. Hi, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Do note that we are streaming and recording, so if you are going to be participating in voice chat, your voice will be recorded and might be part of a YouTube video later on.
Oh, thank you for telling me. Oh,
Yes. This is our first time booting up Blueprints. We appreciate that it did not overwhelm us with volume as a new Steam install. We know very little about it, except that both friends of ours and other people whose tastes we generally consider to be good and who we consider to be clever have praised it as a good game.
Indeed.
Saved it. Hey. Definitely getting the Blueprints pun. Did we just start a new game? Without actually...
I think you did. Whoops.
Okay. So that's an alternate path to starting a new game, we guess.
Perhaps.
Loading symbol in the bottom seems to incorporate holly, vines, and a mountain?
It's kind of like a pen nib also.
True. It's possible that we may have some performance issues. We don't have the recommended RAM for this game. So we're not actually...
download some more. Sorry, I had to say it.
My RAM is never very good, and so like one of the first things I do whenever I have a game is just like double check on the quality settings. You may find turning some stuff down can help.
Indeed, but we accidentally started a game from the settings menu. Okay, so we could hold escape to skip. In theory. Look, we appreciate that there's a lot of artistry going on, but we want to actually go back.
It will end the day if you... Okay.
Well, planning on starting a new game anyway. We didn't mean to start.
Okay. Fair enough.
Moderately rude game.
Okay. So does this just quit us to the main menu, please, so that we can make adjustments?
Good.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, duly noted. Oh, that's definitely Holly, though. Okay.
Yeah, you can hit clear save, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was an option on the right. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So then, full screen, yes. Resolutions. We only have the one monitor. Are any of these things that you'd recommend turning down for the sake of low RAM?
Resolution, probably.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly how much of a difference it will make.
I think I'm gonna keep it at that and see how it works via
we'll just test it out.
actual gameplay.
Oh, thank goodness. When I was playing, they didn't have these yet.
Ah.
The cursor can be a little hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's small. It blends in. It only has like an outline. Cursor set. We can make it substantially bigger.
That's very nice.
We can give it a thicker outline. We can make it white. Standard is fine with us, but the large size is nice. Inactive cursor. Okay, so when not using mouse, how does it show? Subtle is faded, standard is natural, white dot is that, white cursor. Subtle seems like a fair default. Okay, don't particularly think we'll need remapping. Auto stroll. Shift stroll. Invert stroll. Is stroll walk or run? By default, you'll move at walk speed. You can speed up to stroll. Why is stroll faster than walk?
To be honest, I didn't know.
We find
I
this.
didn't even realize there were two different speeds.
We find this counterintuitive. Okay. If you tap, then you'll stay at stroll speed until you stop moving, and revert to walk after stopping. Okay. We're familiar with stroll being a slow walk, so that's really confusing. Motion assist. Look sensitivity, field of view, smooth look. Is smooth look likely to be particularly taxing on our RAM, do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay. Probably not going to mess with any of this then. We are not colorblind. To our knowledge, and we probably would have noticed. We work with colors a fair bit. Okay. So probably good. Volume seems good. New game. Now intentionally starting a new game. Already said it to the friends before starting the record, but we did appreciate the bassy and ominous intro music.
Certainly a vibe.
Mm-hmm. And it's a vibe so much that we selected our phone ringtone to resemble it more or less.
Before even playing? Before even playing the game?
Well, yeah, no, the vibe, not the game. It's not specifically in reference to it, but our notification noise on our phone is a low, menacing, bassy tone. You may have heard it at some point. It has ever slightly startled people when we got a ringtone in their company and they weren't used to it.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament,
Okay.
and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
Sounds British.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's probably us. We're James.
The above
Guess we'll see.
provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner.
So do we have a time limit for this?
Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
Shall lapse when?
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993.
Don't be
Herbert
fooled about
S.
the month
Sinclair.
being a real month and the year being a real year. This is not the normal world. The geography will make this clear at some point.
Fib, and to everyone else watching, please note that we have a strong preference to avoid being told any information about the game. We prefer to discover it ourselves.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's the introduction that we didn't get the first time. Our great uncle, if I was reading that correctly,
I believe so.
has passed away and left us his estate contingent on our being able to find the secret 46th room, which presumably he was also aware of, but this isn't explicitly stated. Okay, and we have question mark 50 footstep up there in the top left corner. This is behind us, the grounds. We'd also like to comment that the grid-based blueprints in the last loading screen very much reminded us of Betrayal at House on the Hill, which we like.
Mm.
It's
Very
Bird.
good, very good.
It's Burb. Aw, cute Burb. We do not appear to be able to jump. We have
Nope.
non-specific
It's not a jump.
non-specific evergreen shrubs. Could be cedar. Oh, there's a way down. Clearly we're playing this preemptively, like an escape the house puzzle. Ooh, this is interesting.
I like how this mansion is on top of like a really tall mountain.
Well, of course, it needs to be creepy.
It's near Mount Holly.
Okay, so
True.
there does not appear to be a jump. Is there a crouch? Do we know if there's a crouch button?
I don't think there is a crouch button.
Okay.
No, I never realized you could actually see through the course there.
Yeah, there appears to be like a minecart track or something suggestive of same behind the thoroughly boarded up entrance to the mountain directly, very, very directly, under the platform of the courtyard. Can we walk off the edge? No. So there are safety invisible walls. And some amount of damage. Huh. Apparently that's actually the shape of the mountain? Not a kind of formation you would expect to generally see. It would only be
Yeah.
even slightly stable if the rock on the overhangs there is a particularly hard and enduring kind of rock. Okay, so shift does in fact speed us up. Great.
Yeah, it's just like a slightly faster walk, I guess. I don't even notice it when I play.
Well, yes, but we're starting by walking away from the target of our exploration, so we fully expect that we'll want to be a little bit faster on our way back. Okay, so this passage is blocked by crates, because clearly that's the best place to put them, so that we couldn't go back. We're apparently complicit in blocking off our own path of retreat for some reason. So either we expect this to be severely harrowing and are trying to force ourselves into it, like as a good follower of Sun Tzu, or it's just a sort of a game contrivance to limit the explorable area, which is more likely. Power wires. Another entrance to the underlay. with bolts and no handle. Duly noted.
Mysteries.
Oh,
I'm not sure what day it was when I realized that I could explore places that were insane.
Yeah.
props to the variety of trees, the white birch trees. The white birch trees among the evergreens. Just makes us feel nostalgic. It reminds us of our home. Our own father's estate. Which was very much, mixed woods. Okay, we do not seem to have... Can we E? No. If we have an interact button, we haven't learned it yet. Clicking on the door does nothing. So possibly the door is just not interactable. That's not safe. Someone has left an unattended fire here that is very much not safe.
Yeah, well.
Gonna really burn their cooking, too. Is this like our... Okay, we do have an interact.
Right, it's your campsite.
Okay.
It's you that did that.
Well, we're being a dipshit and not putting out our fire when we leave it away. When we walk away from it. Okay. Apparently we have a sailor bird plushie among our belongings. So that's the aesthetic that that our protagonist James favors. Aw, can't go through. The somewhat sketchy close-up detail in the art style and like the trees is reminding us a little bit of Ghoston.
Yeah.
Oh, orchard. Stump. Orchard. Ah,
You need a code.
indeed. Because clearly this fence is entirely insurmountable, even with a step. It appears
Clearly.
to not really even come up to our waist. Oh well. Again, we want to respect the puzzle progression that clearly our great uncle had in mind for us.
Mhm.
A third entrance to the overlay, this time in caution stripes. Still no handle. We're guessing that there's going to be a way to open those from the inside, and then they'll be accessible. Maybe kind of a little bit like the intermediate or subsequent ways down in original Diablo. Waist-high fences have nearly infinite power in all fiction.
Waist high fences. Darn it.
Even we, with our poor knee, can get over waist-high fences generally. What is this? Is this just some weird texture? Yeah, this is just some weird texture. Okay. Sequence of diagonal lines is just rock texture. Very chill atmospheric sound. Welcome to some of our approach while exploring games and settings. We're like, well, okay, there's some clear direction, but there's also this. Bird baths. And we are now presumably standing on top of a passageway into somewhere. This pool is very mysterious. We cannot evidently actually see any patterns of brickwork or something at the bottom. So either the water here is very pearlescent and sort of opaque, or this is just a uniform concrete bowl or something. Glad the estate has power. Does this door open to us?
Appears to not open.
It appears to be locked. We do have an interact with it, though. and more very low fences that we could probably step over.
The power line reminds me of something.
Hmm?
About someone who investigated in the game Red Dead Redemption 2. They looked at the entire
Oh,
power
Eddie
grid.
Austin, wasn't it?
Yeah, and one of the fun things they discovered is that it's often hard to tell whether something is supposed to be a power line or a telegraph line, which explains why there were some strange power lines going to places that didn't really need power.
Okay. Alright, so now we can check out our what the steps mean. We have apparently expended 6 or possibly 16. I think we started with 50.
Yeah, you
Okay.
started with 50.
Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 steps. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay, so we expended 6 steps exploring external segments which are considered rooms.
Yep.
Open only in the event of my death. Simon. I thought we were James. Simon James? Question marks?
Jones.
Oh, okay. Simon Jones. Welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. Aww. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as mayor. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought into the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight, hence the campsite. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. I mean, I presume we will be making gradual progression, but just within. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay, how do we...
Right.
Okay.
Or escape it.
Mount
There
Holly
you go.
Blueprint. His map. You may access by pressing tab.
John Blueprint.
John Blueprint.
Blueprints.
A dark and garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. Each guest's adventure begins, however, the 3 doors that proceed onward do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms. So we have been left a magic mansion that shuffles itself, apparently.
Wondrous.
Quite. Rooms 1 to 12, 13 to 24, 25 to 36, 37 to 46,
Yeah.
which apparently is related to the antechamber. Resting on the 9th rank. Okay. Okay, so, judging 9th rank, though. No, that doesn't quite. That would be 12th if it was Rose. So we don't know what rank means yet. Reminder, we're not asking you to tell us.
Yep.
Bedrooms, hallways, green rooms, shops. Green rooms and red rooms, and, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's presumably the thing. 9th rank there, whatever that means. Nice little lounges, a bust. Goodness knows who of. Doesn't particularly resemble Mr. Sinclair, Herbert Sinclair. The Queen of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds, the Ace of The ace of trifoils.
Very nicely drawn hands, though.
Mm-hmm. Sky over a village. Very possibly a river or a lake behind a village. And that's just information about the steps mechanic. And we have time. We have apparently it is like a few minutes to 10. Now that one looks a bit more like Herbert Sinclair as he showed up in the initial pencil.
Right.
Guess we'll see.
All right. First through.
We choose. This is like Betrayal at House on the Hill. Okay.
And then tab opens your map. There you go.
Alright. That's bedroom, I guess. Very blue bedroom. That is a heck of a design for a pedestal. We kind of want that. It's very pointed. It's like, here. You are in fact here. If you can see this, you are here. What do we got?
In case you were wondering.
Greetings from Reddington. Okay, so we're starting to get this. The mansion does in fact shuffle, which would be utterly confusing as a lifestyle.
Just freeze.
Huh? Is the stream frozen? Is the stream frozen for anybody else?
I mean, the audio's still coming through.
There we go. Seems to be back now.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
It's like a little bit
Very
lag
chitch.
from IRL, but like it's to be expected, I think.
Of course.
It's still.
Okay, so there may have been a bit of an internet lag there.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
It's a pretty dignified lady with a crescent moon necklace. Possibly Mary. Or would Mary be our mom?
Unsure.
I'm not sure whether you want the answer to the question.
Yeah, no, we're more thinking out loud. Is top hat. Is top we cannot take the top hat. We cannot wear the top hat. Oh well. Okay, so pretty pictures. The trunk is locked. So ostensibly there are no, there weren't items in here. This was marked as it giving us energy instead. The trunk is locked. If we had the right key, we could presumably open it. The armoire is not interactive. Okay. Nook would give +1 key. That sounds like a thing that we would want. Okay. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, perchance, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool. You will not regret having beside you on your journey. Beside is in different text. Alright.
The game hinting at you.
Yes.
Notes, I guess.
Well, we do keep note paper close by. And
Leopard.
we are going to take a moment to note down the word beside, because it is in different text. Careful not to spoil. You are not to tell us if we're on the right track or a wrong track.
Of course. I just made an
Spears.
interested noise.
Yep. Interested noises are usually okay unless it's too easy for us to interpret them as indicating that we're onto something. And that we're onto something actual as opposed to just an interesting idea. Okay, so this looks like it might be a reference to a constellation. Do we know a constellation which is essentially a diamond? possibly
It
the
reminds
ram.
me of the Southern Cross.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Southern Cross is also it's the goose, right? Or Cygnus, the swan?
No idea.
We think it's the swan. Okay, so Nook is a library Nook. That's quite sweet. And it gave us a key, which skittered across our view and into the UI. Because that's what we do with keys.
Yep. Into the UI with you.
Okay, so the Nook could lead to a lavatory, or a storeroom, or a den.
Indeed.
You may consider looking at your current blueprint.
Once you have drawn floor plans, you must select one to draw. Okay, so
I mean tab.
I know.
That's not what you're talking about.
I was trying to see if I could back out of this.
Nah. It doesn't let you.
Okay, so that lets us know how we're aligned, how we're directioned. So we're thinking if we put it looks like the den has doors on 3 sides. Oh, and it shows us how the layout would be. So currently our consideration is like we want to go back to the bedroom to use the key to get the items. Or to get whatever's in the chest. The bedroom only had one door out this way, so we don't think going back through it is substantially less efficient. Than, like, if we were to go through the den to the entrance hall back to the bedroom. That would probably save us steps, but only like... No, we don't think it even would. So making this a dead end shouldn't be an issue. For flavor reasons, we'll put a bathroom behind the Nook. It's a private bathroom, which is indirectly on someone's bedroom, which makes sense to us. Because the design of a sensible layout totally makes sense when the layout is shuffled every day.
Yeah, that's the intention.
We appear to have an eraser next to our mirror, and the mirror is non-functional because fuck reflections, we're not doing that. Prayer beads, crowbar. A picture, an artistic representation of a crowbar.
It's Gordon Freeman.
Also a minor maintenance issue. Part of the wall is missing. Part of the, well, not part of the wall. Part of the facade is missing. Alright, so nothing in particular was advertised in the lavatory, and indeed there does not appear to be anything in particular interactable here. So fair enough. And we're starting to pick up on the, fresh start thing. Use key. The reification of the UI like that is very strange. Ivory dice. Plus 2 dice. While drafting, you may use dice to roll new floor plans. Oh, okay. And we have coinage. For the shops which are incorporated in your own fucking mansion, apparently. Alright. Okay, so we're starting to figure this out. Like the whole, don't take items out and don't bring items in. So unless we are able to, like, stow them in the entrance hall in such a way as will actually be persistent, then yeah, we would be starting from a fresh stock of supplies each time. And this has now been boarded off because there's a lavatory over there, not a laboratory. Laboratory. Okay, so parlor, hallway. Oh, okay. And the hallway would lead directly to the open square beyond because this is 5 wide. Safety pin.
Alright.
Oh, where did we leave off?
That's a good question.
What did y'all last see?
Do you see us putting Putting down the
Picking up
hallway?
the dice.
Okay.
I don't think we saw the hallway.
Alright, we're pretty sure. So we got the ivory dice, and we got 4 coins out of the chest, and then we
Yep.
went back to the entrance hall.
Mm.
And branched out to the east and put down a hallway here, partly for the sake of reaching the room beyond it. We think all of this was captured on the local recording because there's no reason for losing internet connection to stop that. But it was discontinuous. On account of the Wi-Fi dongle that we use for Wi-Fi connection has a tendency of just disconnecting sometimes, which is annoying, but it's part of our situation right now. We were in the middle of commenting when we realized we'd been disconnected that modern art of such items as a safety pin and a crowbar is unusual. These are unusual subjects for fine art, and their depiction on the walls are suggestive of things, because while these are not typical subjects of fine art, they are typical, like, adventure game items in video games. So, going to also note down cards, queen diamond, ace, spade, which was more like a trifoil, but that's probably stylistic, crowbar, safety pin. You never know. Okay. Bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms, which presumably means we get to restore a bunch of energy there. Observatory. You're like the little shaking. There's a storeroom, bunk room, observatory. Okay. It appears that the observatory has another door, and the other 2 do not. Gem requirement.
Yeah.
We see. Okay.
You need a gem.
Well, put a bunk room there then. We are somewhat enamored with this layout of bunk beds. We developed a bit of an interest in trying to build something like this ourselves at some point. If and when we get into actual, like, construction, carpentry style stuff. We've got a tripod with bananas. Question mark? Bananas? Food. Food gives us stamina. Okay. Camp Colonel. And what appears to be an odd gaming system, which we are not familiar. Wait a minute, is that some form of, like, an Amiga or something?
Oh, an Atari 2600 looking thing.
Oh, it's okay. Nifty.
It did say the
Guess
year
that's
is
what's supposed to-
1998, I think.
1993. Unless we're mistaking it.
I could be misremembering the number. They're similar shapes.
Yeah. Oh man. There's a screwdriver, but apparently we can't take it. That seems like it would be so useful, though.
At least I have since, right?
Why do you tease me with a screwdriver? Why do you tease me with tools I cannot have?
Maybe it's glued to the shelf.
Turtles of Vera. The Turtles of Vera. Can't really make that one out. It appears to be upside down. We think it's like... We think we're looking at it from the top. Also, video camera. This is a really cozy little room.
Yep.
Oh, with a window. With a window looking out into the courtyard. That's so sweet. And drums and a little teepee and a toy wooden rifle. And a hamster.
Who's taking care of the whole soccer?
I know, right?
Nom,
You're so cute. Is the house taking care of you, little buddy? Hello.
Oh, game should let you pet the hamster.
Also, the hamster has a bunk bed too.
Yep.
I missed that.
And what appear to be boar spears. We're just enjoying all the detail. I mean, there's so much stuff here to enjoy, even if it is all just background. Nice natural shape of wood aesthetic. Incorporation of branches. Why not? Go ahead and use one as a lantern hang. We did mention this is reminding us of our father's estate, right? The aesthetic in that bunk room, definitely. Okay.
Alright.
Spare room, den, or drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room, but we can't afford it. So we're guessing that that means that basically it allows you a free dice that only applies to that room. Let's put a den there. More untended fires. Huh. That is a hell of a clock.
Lord.
Got some steampunk shit right there.
Yep. And according to it, we are moving quite swiftly through time and are just about at 12:40. Ooh, bats! We like bats.
Nice.
Bats of the forest. That's boarded off because there wasn't a door there. Pawns. Pawns, chess pieces.
We're all just pawns in this game.
How many clocks do we need in one room? My god. Also rafters. And we are starting to attribute, like, the house to having a self-maintaining intelligence. Because it's sort of vaguely like Hogwarts. In theory, there was a gem in here, so I guess we have to find it. This one appears to be frozen. Well,
Yes.
the hand's moving, but it has a pendulum that isn't pendulating. Huh.
It's off.
Indeed. Bathtub. Oh. Gem is very central, okay.
Yep.
Gem, candlesticks, books. Very cozy little study for people who are obsessed with being surrounded by clocks in, like, a way that isn't unnerving.
It's a little.
Captain Hook would have a fucking panic attack. Okay, where are we at? This is the new door. We now have a gem. There's okay. We could closet. We could put a closet there. But if we do, then we don't have a way to move forward because we don't have any doors. So if we want to continue moving forward, then we want the drawing room here because that has additional doors. Okay, drawing room in that way. Drawing room where you go to draw.
Yep.
Is there another meaning to drawing room?
I'm not sure. I think like a drawing room may have been a feature of old mansions in a way that like this may have been the initial intent, but then the drawing room, on account of being an airy open room, because that's good for drawing, just became sort of a room where you can do social events in because it's airy and open, and drifted away from its original meaning. We think, like, in contexts that we've heard references to drawing rooms in, like, fiction and things like that. There were often places where people played cards. which could also be a method, like, that could also be a way of drawing cards.
Uh-huh.
Many meanings.
Potentially.
The room that draws people in.
Yeah, that too.
Well, big welcoming, naturally lit open spaces do tend to do that. Guest bedroom is worth extra stamina recovery, but we won't need it if we don't have anywhere to go. Okay, so we can redraw floor plans if we're not satisfied with these. So let's do that. Nursery. Chapel. Well, we definitely go chapel. We've got coin. We can afford to. we must give tribute to the house because it's not like there's any other entity here enforcing this of us. Bishop. We've encountered pawns. We've encountered a bishop. There are many, many candles. What's with the design of pillars? Goblets, many candles, books, additional statues. What the? Huh. So we've got that Holly. Mount Holly is where we are. Lights coming in through the window or from the gaps in the roof. And we have an ordering of images, which is not actually the order in which they are hung. Where's one? Do we have a one? Is it okay? This is one. One is an angel looking like a young lady with like a farmer's hat, wielding a hoe, or something similar to that. Two, which is over here, has the blue background and appears to be wielding an oar and wearing a chef's hat. So,
maybe that's like a pizza thing.
That's also plausible. I guess
Called a paddle.
the paddle.
I don't know.
I guess it's mostly because of the blue background and the fact that her outfit also looks like it could be like staff sailor outfit, and remembering the paddle on the wall in the bunk room, Camp Colonel.
Gotcha.
So it could be a pizza thing. It could be a paddle. 3 is another person who looks like a farmer and is wielding a pitchfork. 4 is dressed in darker clothes and a top hat and appears to be wielding a chimney sweep, a chimney sweep's brush.
Yeah.
Where's 5? There's 5 over here. 5 is white on red and has a broom. And headgear, which is vaguely reminiscent of like an aviator's helmet. Ear coverings, anyway. Distinctly ear coverings. Unless that's hair. Could be hair.
Yeah, it looked like hair.
And 6 appears to be a rider. That definitely looks like a rider's crop and a rider's jacket and riding boots. So, members of the household with their own, like, hobbies or services that they do? Gardening, cooking, farming, chimney sweep is kind of an odd one out. Just sweeping and riding, which seems like the most self-indulgent, and it's not like 6 seems to be the only one who isn't set up as like a servant. So we've got angelic representations of members of a household or of a small community, possibly members of an estate. Oh, and there's a 7 above the exit door. which appears to be a knight or a king, or both. Or a queen, on account of the braids and the shape of the chest there. Interesting. So, likely members of a household or a community. And we've also statues here. It is a hand. At first, we were looking to see if she was holding anything, because from further out here, it doesn't. It looks like she might be holding something, but it looks like not. This one, it seems to be a priest. Wearing robes, holding a book, and that might be one of them things that distributes incense. A censer.
Censored.
Yeah. A higher priest. In fancier robes, and a regal character in a crown. So much detail. Okay. And as we were saying, that the house, I guess, enforces that we have to donate to the chapel. Because who else is here to demand it? Commissary. Items for sale. Gym requirements, so we can't put that there. We could put a pantry, we could put a closet. This could be a decent place for a closet. Go in, get 2 items. We have a gem. Coat hanger is not a pickupable object. Paint cans, shoes. Huh. Okay. Weren't really expecting the shoes to be a pickupable object, but there we go. So we'll be taxed again in moving back out here. Yep, but that's okay.
Indeed.
Parlor. Parlor, which would cap our run. Spare room. Storeroom. Spare room. We're hoarding dice. Spare room is in development. Spare room is more modern than pretty much anything else that we've seen so far. That is a very high quality 3D model of a tape gun. We have one of those sitting on our shelves just over there.
In the same orientation.
Dang.
Okay. That's entertaining.
Almost like Serpa's there in real life.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't have a ceiling fan in our bedroom now. Speaking of which, we could guess bedroom. Breaker box. Fascinating. No, okay, so we don't really want any of these, so it's time to roll. Dining room would give us at least one further. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. That doesn't sound particularly relevant to what we're doing right now, but we might as well place it, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be option.
So the dining room, we suppose, is not activated yet, and there is slight ambiguity as to whether we would need to reach rank 8 on any given day before a meal is served, or whether once we have reached rank 8 once, from that point onward, a meal will be served in the dining room whenever we actually find a dining room. We are currently supposing it is more likely the latter. That this is a room that will attain powers once we have progressed enough. Also, fishing.
Nice.
Yet another unusual object, subject for a fine art. not calling them paintings because they appear to be sketches.
Yeah.
Fishing rod, crowbar. What was the other one? Safety pin. Security room looks like it would fit there nicely. We do have a gem. Although mostly we're just tickled at the contrast between traditional sophisticated dining room, old-fashioned, with a fireplace and a stag's head, and suddenly we're in like a hacker movie. What's going on? We have a cutscene. We are entering the Matrix.
Follow the white rabbit.
Hello, Simon. How you doing? He will not betray emotion. Well, we are being recorded because I'm recording us. We might be recorded in canon as well. Ooh, there's a notepad. Why is this being given so much drama? I mean, we get that it's an interesting reveal, but we don't know why it's being given this much emotional weight. Don't think we found a library like that yet. Or a piano room. Okay, so we just wanted to let the character have a moment. Blue memos.
Yeah, like out of there.
What was
Sorry.
that? What was that, Zeros?
The game just wanted to show you were being recorded.
Okay. I mean, okay. Blue memories, not memories. Blue memos, true. Red memos, lies. This one seems to be marked as blue, and there is text under that. Unless something of something. Unless written by hand?
Nice. There might be an easier way to read that.
Again, you know, better not to confirm. We're still figuring things out. But we do like to show off our ability to decipher incomplete and obscure text.
For what it's worth, the Discord stream can zoom in on the visual.
Oh, okay. So you might actually have an easier time looking at that than we do.
Yes.
Super curious.
All right, we'll leave it up on this.
It does look like unless written by hand, by my eye.
Yep.
Oh, we're just looking at this at native resolution on our monitor. Okay. Guess we'll make a note of that. So there's a caveat to red memos being lies. Unless written by hand. Unless that caveat applies to both, and blue memos might not be true if they're written by hand. This is yet to be seen, but it looks like that applies to red memos, since it's directly underneath that heading. Okay. C-cam tape 23. Pardon?
I'm reopening the stream.
Alright. We have several old-fashioned keyboards that do not actually look like keyboards. Not modern ones, anyway. I mean, for one thing, they're missing some of the punctuation mark keys. Also, there's spiral keys. Oh. We can interact with this one. Press enter. Security. Oh, this is like the cat DOS versions of like Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new ones are added.
You see, you haven't missed anything yet.
Fruit, gems, keys, coins. Well, we've been taking it real slow. Keycard system. Security doors can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. Don't think we've encountered any of that yet. Keycard system is currently operational. It can be disabled residential deck security. Set security level. Interesting. So we can lower the security settings. Interesting. Also, yes, we were making a reference. If you caught it, good for you. Interesting. Log into network. Terminal password. Yeah, figures. Maybe we'll collect one at some point. So, only this terminal. Well, I guess that's fair. I mean, it's actually a full computer instead of just keyboards. Just keyboards hanging out on the desk like they're going to be useful for something in 1993 while not actually corded to anything.
I'm realizing that
also a cup of static.
Keyboard is attached to things.
Yes. It is not disembodied. It has many corded connections. Okay. And we auto-walked through here and skipped past another cup of static and a coffee machine, microwave oven. Ooh. Staff meadows. First week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Oh, there is a laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Ooh. Terminal password. Terminal password is crossed out, but the first character appears to be S. And we can conclude from the approximate length of the word and the width of this letter that it's approximately 7 to 9 characters long and starts with S. Looks like the last 3 characters might be O-N something. Possibly O-N-W, but we're not confident on that. Gives us an idea. Just in case. If we have an idea, might as well test it.
Nope, it's not stationed.
Station M.
I don't know if that was that was spelled incorrectly on purpose.
Did we misspell station?
Just a
It
second.
looked
Yeah,
like
you
it.
did.
Styon. Station M. Did we misspell it both times?
No, just a second.
Okay. So let's try. We have other ideas. Security, which would be a stupid password, but sometimes stupid passwords exist.
That's true. That's true.
Password 123.
Wouldn't be surprised if Sinclair is part of it, because that is the family name here, apparently. Okay, so, thoughts for later. We're looking for a password, it starts with S. It's approximately that sort of a length. Analog recording systems. Okay. There were more things that we could read. Okay. Theater. Plant. Not sure what kind of a plant. Intuition from the back of our head says foxglove, but we're not sure why. If anyone wants to look up foxglove and compare that to see whether this was just like a piece of cache knowledge that was actually somewhat accurate, you can go ahead and let us know. Keycard access, security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. That makes sense. Redundant security measure. Normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Well, that's good to know. Anybody checking out Foxglove? Is there a resemblance?
I have no idea.
Is there anyone who hasn't played the game currently watching the stream?
Don't think so.
I will pull up the picture and you can make the decision yourself.
We'd say there is a resemblance, but Foxglove tends to have more flowers on it.
Okay.
We could put a parlor there. Somebody disconnected. Airy
We just
disconnected.
dropped it. Okay.
Furnace brings red rooms into the house. Wonder if the designers were aware of the, a meaning of the term red room.
Second, I thought it froze again. I was like, no.
No. Robin was showing us image in Mixspace.
Okay. Alright.
Egg timer. There's an old-fashioned egg timer like that out in the kitchen, on top of the back of the stove. Coffee.
Get my coffee.
Coffee, flour, sugar. Oh. Brigitte, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay. I wonder if Brigitte is Mrs. Babbage. Mrs. Brigitte Babbage? It's possible. Lux Coffee. It's spelled correctly there. Okay. We are also noticing that fruit does not appear to be listed on the room tile when drafting rooms. Oh. The store is locked.
Locked door. No.
Okay. Didn't realize that. Alright. Cheese grater. What? It resembles a cheese grater, but the details are not there. So it is in fact a tiny cage with a handle. A tiny mesh cage with a handle. Alright. Weight room. Lose half your steps. Ah. And that is outlined in red. We wonder if that counts as a red room. Does that mean that, like, red rooms red rooms tax you? It looks like it. The chapel is outlined in red as well, and it taxes your coins. Huh. I'll put a weight room there. It's costly to move through it then, but hang on.
And then just automatically detects it.
Okay.
At least around it down.
Okay, we were expecting it to tax us when we entered it, not when we drafted it. That's on us. Yep. Yeah. Match? Yes, match. $5.50. Evergreen tree. Adding match to our list of items that have been depicted as central or subject objects in fine art on the walls. Oh, forgot that there was a closet there. Okay, so we've really only opened one door for ourselves.
This is 1 0.
Well, it's locked, so we can't progress anyway. Unfortunate. Alright, so we may have come to the end of the run for today then. Just checking. Okay, yeah, it only costs 1 footstep to go into. Alright. So we think that means that we end the day here, whether we do it by running out of steps or what. Coin. Chime. Drawing room. Room full of clocks. Hallway. Entrance hall. And now, since we're walking longer distances outside, that can activate our running shoes. We seem to have broken the rules already. We're carrying the coins outside. Maybe they'll
I think
just,
the pathways outside count as part of the estate.
I suppose. But it was we're not allowed to overnight inside, so I don't know. Do we lose them when we go through this gate? No. I'm guessing what's going to happen is that for the sake of game mechanics, and tidiness, and not taxing someone for exploring, in ways that they didn't have in mind, what'll happen is that after we camp out, we'll just lose our resources. Unsure if this means we'll lose our running shoes as well.
Yeah.
Alright, but there's no actual advantage to returning here, it just tells us to use the goddamn
No.
Alright. Cozy little place. There's a gardener shack in there. Alright, so guess that's first day.
Neat space and walls.
Mount Holly, quaint cottage. I guess that's a rank. Total rooms 16, rank reached 4, steps taken 35, items found 2. Not sure. Not sure whether it's like not counting the resources like dice, because we definitely found more of those, or whether it's only counting what we ended up with. Because we got the running shoes for sure, and we had 1 dice left over that we hadn't spent. We did find and spend at least 1 gem, at least 1 key. Don't recall finding anything else that was a non-consumable item except for the running shoes, though. Okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Antechamber is Antechamber is on rank 9, and we're thinking that that means that the goal, the 46th room, is in that tile up there. We'll stick around to see if there's another like cutscene or something. What the? Sorry, we were just having a moment noticing that that the text hovering above the pool was reflected in the pool, suggesting that it diegetically exists in the world.
I mean, you're exploring a house that has different rooms every day, so maybe it wouldn't be the weirdest thing.
Very strange.